is up, early caffeine's a call. Ralph with tech news ready for all. Coding workouts getting us toned. By sunrise we'll be in the zone. Grab your Java, sip the brew. Headlines, tech tips just for you. Editing lines, making it tight. With every keystroke we see the light. Coffee and CAA, wake up the day. Stretch your mind in the geeky way. Mornings are better with our grind. Tech coach Ralph, you'll never lag behind. Push those reps in lines of code. Script the future fast and bold. From headlines deep to bites so bright, we're your guide to morning mics. Coffee and CAA, wake up the day. Stretch your mind in the geeky way. Mornings are better with our grind. Tech coach Ralph, you'll never lag behind. Coding flows, camaraderie grows. News unfolds and insight flows. Minute by minute, heartbeats pace. Come join us at the daily race. Coffee and CAA, wake up the day. Stretch your mind in the geeky way. Mornings are better with our grind. Tech coach Ralph, you'll never lag behind. Coffee and CAA, wake up the day. Stretch your mind in the geeky way. Mornings are better with our grind. Tech coach Ralph, you'll never lag behind. Mornings are better with our grind. Tech coach Ralph, you'll never lag behind. Mornings are better with our grind.
We are back again. Yesterday was an absolute disaster. I'm telling you, the power went out like 5 times back to back, and I was like, you know what? That's enough. We're not gonna fight this. And then even an hour later, it went off one more time. I'm like, we're gonna pick it up next week. But I am back. I am Tech Coach Ralph. We are Engineer Twin. This is the Coffee and Kata Morning Show. We are going to be working on learning our large language models. So let me go ahead and put up 45 minutes on the clock, and let me go ahead and throw up the, where are you? Right here. Yes, learning AIs and large language models. We are finishing up the week 1 project where we were working on a AI tutor assistant type tool. I think what we made is a lot better already, but in keeping track with the course, let's go ahead and get this done. Quick announcement. We are going to be premiering Candid Conversations at noon Eastern time today. I'm going to be talking about AI and your job. Is your job safe, or is AI going to take over your job? All right. So that is a plan for today. Tomorrow night, we're going to be going live with our tech Q&A. We're getting back at that. I was out last week, so I had to put something to fill in for the time being, but we're back and we're going to be better than ever. So let's get to it. Any other announcements? Nope, not really. Do me a favor though. Like the video, share the video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. And let's just jump into it. Time is running. Let's see how much we can get done today. All right. So I'm going to switch over to the other screen. And so when we left, all right, let me give some context because we haven't been live in the morning since not last week, but the week before that, that Wednesday. This project that we're doing is to demonstrate your familiarity with OpenAI and Ollama. I'm not using Ollama. I am using OpenAI. And then I'll probably integrate maybe Gemini or something like that, or maybe, and not Anthropic, but maybe Gemini, who knows. But let's build a tool that takes a technical question and responds with an explanation. This tool, this is a tool that will be able to use yourself, that you'll be able to use yourself during the course. So we've been working on that. We got our OpenAI. So let's run through the code real quick. Let me see, can I zoom in on this? Let me see. View. Where would the zoom be? I would expect it to be in view, but oh, there it goes. Increase terminal font. I want to increase the whole font size. Let's see. I don't know. I don't see it increasing, but let me see if I can just do it this way. All right, we'll do it that way. All right, cool. So here we are. So we are importing from OpenAI, from the operating system, from .env, from Markdown, Python, IPython display, Markdown and display. We are setting our Open API key. So they have the Llama set, but we're not really going to use that one. We have the Chat GPT. So we already set up our environment variables. So let's get rid of this. And we are passing in the model message. We still need to pass in the system prompt and all that. But an issue that we've been having is the streaming part of it. But we'll look into that. Let me see who is in. What is up with this? I gotta turn off stream elements because this thing is so annoying. Let me just remove that. Let's see here. Remove. And let's see if this thing is going to, if our message is going to mess up as it normally does. Of course it does. I am working with the company to get that fixed because that is so annoying. Every time this thing shows up, it's all messed up. But we have Roxy in the building. Says good morning, TCR and all. Good morning to you as well, Roxy. Hopefully you are having an amazing morning. Hopefully your night was beautiful. But thank you for tuning in. As always, truly, truly appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
All right. So let's see what's going on. All right. So let me see. So, all right. I'm passing in. I need help from GDP, and it's saying the string is out of range. All right. So let me see. All right. Please explain what this code does and why. Let me see. So this is the issue that we're having, right? It's saying none. And then, all right. No, let me see. I'm going to duplicate this real quick. Copy cell. And let's say paste cell below. And let's go to the OpenAI documentation. And API reference. Let's see. Chat completion. So I think the chat completion is where it gives you everything at once. But I do want to use that just for a second in order to get it the right way. And then we can change it back to streaming. So chat completion stream, let's say we say stream equals false. And we say, well, I don't even need this right here. Let me take this out altogether. And I'm going to, because I have it above, let's say take that off. And I want to copy, I'm just going to copy print completion. Because right now I'm just troubleshooting a little bit to see why, when we try to stream our responses, it shows up all messed up. So let's see. Good morning, Operation Tech Takeover. How you doing? I will read your message in just a second. I'm just trying to figure out this annoyance real quick. All right, let me copy this real quick. And I'm gonna paste it in here. Completion. All right, so I'm gonna take this out. That way I can compare the two. Let me use this model right here. And let's get this out. Content is the question. All right, let's do that. And when we go over here, let me copy this and start over here. Let's see what we get. So I'm just using the non-streaming version just so to see how we get our response. And then we'll look over into the streaming version. Okay, so we have here chat completion message. All right, so we have everything here. And then if I look at over here, messages, and we would want to go to .content. Do that again. Let me see, messages, choices, message. All right, so let me update that just a little bit to .content. And we go back down here. Where was it? Where was the one I just added? That's weird. Get rid of this one. Delete so. All right, so let me do this one again. That way I can get, I just want to get this right here. And once we get that done, then we can try to compare that to the streaming so we can get the valid response. And while that's happening, let me read OTTO's message. OTTO, Operation Tech Takeover, says, my brother is always doing some dope thing. Shout out to OTTO. Hopefully you are doing phenomenal. I gotta text you actually. I gotta go. I'm gonna reach out to you in a little bit. Maybe sometime this week I'm gonna reach out to you because I haven't spoken to you in a little bit. All right. Let's see. All right. So we have this, and all right. So that's working as it's supposed to. We'll fix the markdown thing. I just gotta figure out the streaming part first because the streaming should be a lot easier than we've been encountering for some weird reason. So we got that working. Now let's go to streaming. It says the chat completion chunk object. So we should be taking in the chunks and then it'll be printing out as we go along. So create a session, okay. And all right, so the request, but where's oh, let's go to this one. All right. Is that the one I was looking at? Yeah, so where is the Python? All right, so let's find the, all right, so let's do Open AI Python SDK. SDK stands for Software Development Kit. Let me see. All right, so let's take a look. All right, so there we go. So let's take a look at this. We have our response. We have, and this is the non-streaming version. So we need to find the streaming version of it. Let me see, stream. All right, streaming responses. There we go. So the way that it, all right, so here, so this is exactly, so here's what we're looking for, you know, and a lot of this stuff, it's about how are we researching where we're going to, you know, the right way to do it, because it can be tricky if you don't know how to, because to properly implement the use of AI, you need to know how to research how to use the AI's SDK, because we can easily just go to OpenAI or ChatGPT.com and search for something, and then we go through a long process. Or if we're going to be learning about large language models, we need to know how to also be able to look for the way that we want to implement it in the best way. Okay, so so here it says stream for event and stream print event. And this stays exactly the same, although they changed the stream. I can leave that for completion. But let's do this. Let's take a look at this right here. And I'm just gonna copy this, and then we will take that into here. So let's take that into here, and I'm just gonna paste it here, just to compare the two: stream, client, responses, create. So this one has chat completions create. So what we're going to do, I'm going to change that to responses to mimic this, and then we have our model. Let's see, input, write a one sentence story about a unicorn. Why do they have that as input? Let's keep looking at this documentation. I don't see where, okay, input role. All right, okay. So in their input over for streaming, they have it as just this string, but I suppose we could, all right, so let's try it out. Instead of input, we're going to change this messages to input over here. And then the role of the user, content question, stream equals true. We have our model. And then it says for event and stream print event. So, oops, let's go here. Okay, so here. All right, so let's see. All right, let me get rid of. Let me get rid of this now. And if I say, let's get rid of this. and get rid of this. Let's just try this for now, right? Let's. It says for name error. Stream not defined. This has to be like this. Hold on, let me see. Oh, because at the same level. Okay, whatever. Let's go over to here. All right, so that should be good. And if we were to say, but this one is using the chat completion. All right, whatever. Let's go to insert a cell down here. It's like they have two different formats. I wonder why. So let's see what happens when we try it with this one. Okay, so we have, it is streaming. Now the question is, how do we get into it? So response. Let's see, where's the text in there? All right, so to async client use the exact same interface. So we do have it streaming. Now the question is, how do we get the text out of it? Let me take a look at their regular. So all right, the regular one is using the same thing. Although, that's interesting. They use instructions and input. So the client responses one is different than the completion one. Why are they? That's a little confusing, because sometimes it uses completion. Like, okay, so the previous standard supported indefinitely for generating text is the chat. Oh, okay. So the chat completion create is the previous standard. Okay. Oh, okay. That is news to me. You can use the API to generate text from the model with the code below. Oh, okay. So that means that so the new version is input raw user. Interesting. Okay. Oh, you learn something new every day. So the primary API for interfacing with OpenAI models is the response API. You can generate text from the model with the code below. Instructions, so the instructions would be the system prompt, and input would be, how do I check if, all right, so we have that. And this is the old way. Response.output. Oh, so all right. So now we have, all right, output text is the new way. And so they made the API a lot easier to understand from what I can see here. So that's a good thing. All right, let's see. So if it is output text as the new way, all right. Let's see. So, all right, so let's take a look at this again. Let me search for output. Don't see that. Status in progress. Type output text. I don't know. I don't see that. Let's see. Output response output. Let's see. Trying to find output index. Where is our text? Let's see. Okay, so all right, so response output text. All right, let's search for that. I don't know, I can't. I feel like the search isn't working. So, all right, so this one is response output. So let's try this then. Let's go all the way up here. And then we're going to say event dot output text. Okay. It says output text. Response created event object has no attribute output text. All right. Let's go back to that. And I should have created in a different one so we can keep this as a reference. But that's okay. Response text config. Oh, I have an idea. All right. So output, so response dot, so type response dot output text dot delta. And this is event. All right, let's take a look at this over here. Okay, so we should do, I'm thinking, we should do dot response dot output underscore text. And enter, and I'm going to keep this, but I'm going to add a new cell. And I am going to say, I need help from GPT and question, enter. And all right, so event.response, response output item added has no attribute. So response output item added. So where's, all right, so response output item added has no attribute of response. Let's see, where exactly is this? Let's see. All right, so the code you've provided. So all right, so okay, so there goes some stuff in here. Response delta event. Response delta event. Type response output text dot delta. So how do we get into this then? Because if we do, has no attribute response. Event delta content. I see the delta. All right, so let's see. So streaming print event. I don't see where the streaming, or let's see if we go to, if I look at OpenAI stream output text Python. All right, so stream for chunking complete. So this is the old version, which would still work, but when we were streaming it, we were getting it inside of we were getting it inside of these stupid, what do you call them, quotes, right? Single quotes. So let's take a look at this again. All right, stream equals true. We got that. But how do I extract? All right, so for a full list of events to see API reference for streaming, let's see. Good morning, Rod Brown. How is it going? Feel like I haven't spoken to you in forever. How's it go? Good morning to you, Rod Brown. Shout out to you. And I just seen you release the video, so I am going to be checking that out as soon as we get up and out of here. Looks like a potentially controversial topic, Rod Brown. Looks like a potentially controversial topic. So we shall see. We shall see. All right. Let's see. API reference for streaming. Read the. All right. Here we go. So response.outputText.delta. All right. So read the response. If you're using our SDK, every event is a type instance. You can also identify. You can also identify individual events using the type property of the event. Can I have an example, please? So this is the one that we would need to use, but response dot, but I think that if I was to say, because it's saying that there is no, it's saying that there is no response. Let me see something. Let's try that. Let's just try with that, see what we get. Okay, so when we do response, we start to get, once it gets to the response output item added event, that's when we get to no response. So if we're looking here, we have response, and then we get to the response output item added event. Object has no attribute response. So if we're looking over here, this is just a response. And this is also just a response. I'm saying the documentation that these companies have, sometimes I tell you. All right, so okay, let's do. So the one that we want to get into is the response dot output. So response created event. This is what we're just doing event. So there's response created event. There is response output. All right, so response created event, response output item added event, response output message, role assistant status in progress, type response output item. So we're looking for this one. But they don't really give us the format. All right, so if we say, so if we're looking at let's say we take this one, response.output text delta. So let's say if there is no response output text delta, then do nothing. Let's see. So let's go here. And we say, if event dot response is not none, then print let's see what happens with that. str object has no attribute delta. So we're just gonna work backwards a little bit. Let's take out the delta and let's send that in. And no, wrong delta. I actually need to take off both. The other way is super simple. It's once you get to the streaming part that gets a little bit confusing. Let's see. Object has no attribute response. Response output item event added. Response output item. Let's see. Item. Let's do one. Not seeing it. Open AI stream output text Python new. Let me see. Streaming completion. See, I don't want streaming completion. I want the I can stream the responses. How do I dig deep into the response? So this is the old one, right? But when we're looking at over here, it's so we have the event. They just don't have good documentation on how to drill into it. We have that. Okay, what do I do with that? I have an idea. Open AI return as JSON. Let's see. Response format JSON. And this would be the a full API library can be found here. All right, let's take a look at this. A full let's see what this is. Here we go. Here we go. All right, so completions. Streaming. Run stream event. Still not seeing anything in particular about it. Let's go to, it's not helping at all. Documentation, I tell you, documentation. Response, create, stream equals true. For event and stream, print stream. Now, once you have the stream printed, what do you do with it? For event, if event type, lock or dot. Okay, so if event type equals response dot text dot delta, print delta. All right, let's try that then. Let's do if event type equals response dot let's try that. If response type equals that, let's just say print event. Let's see what we get from this one. See what error we get. Oh, we're not getting any errors. Nice. Nice. So it says if event type equals response dot text dot delta, then print the event. So now if we say, all right, print dot response dot text, run that. Nice, still getting stuff, okay. So now we say print dot delta. And we run that. Are we getting stuff? Or am I running the wrong line? I don't know. No, we are not getting stuff, actually. I thought we were, but we're not. Well, are we? I'm so confused now. No, I don't think we're getting stuff. Let me backtrack a little bit. Let's do that. Let's do that. No, we're not getting anything. Let's see if we do response dot here. Not getting anything there. Let's do response. Let's see. Just trying to get some data. This thing is weird. Response type is message. All right, let's try this. Okay, if type equals response dot output text. What did we have before? Oh, okay, we just had text. So if it's that, if it's that, let's just print the response. Let's try that, see what we get. We got an error. Response text delta has no attribute of response. And here we have response text delta event has no attribute of response. So would that just be, so just, all right, let's do this. So just do print out the event and do that. So, all right, so now we're getting response text event. So I guess we should do event.delta maybe? I guess it's just event.delta. Weird, but okay, event.delta. Let's do that. We do that. Ah, okay. So now we're getting all of our text. The next thing we want to do is, it's not this one. We want to say, print. Guess we could just do that. Print. So let's do end. Let's try that. So we get, oh, look at that. Looky there. Looky there. Good morning, Chris Parks. How are you doing? Happy to see you. Chris Parks says, I'm learning Python and I gotta admit, coding is so tedious. I wanna throw my computer sometimes. I hear you. And guess what? Chris Parks? Python is one of the easier languages to learn, and it is still very tedious because you might you might have a wrong indentation, and then it's a total mess. So I hear you. I really, really hear you. All right. I think we're pretty much done with this. I don't know what happened to the comprehension part of this. Or code. I don't know what they're trying to say here. But looks a little funny. But we have that part done. So this is good. So we finally got our streaming to work somewhat as expected. I don't know if there's another. I had seen something somewhere else about putting in the.
No, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Or let me add this real quick. Let's add that real quick. See if that makes any difference. So it's just event.delta. So what we're doing is we're saying, all right, if the event type is response.output.delta, then print out the event.delta. And I think that would be the only event type. Try to run this one over. There we go. Okay, here we go. That looks a lot better now. That looks a lot better. So we added, I'm not sure, I have to look up what this or thing does right here, but that looks so much better. So what that leaves us with when we come back on Wednesday, we need to format that in, so let's do this. So we got this working. I'm gonna get rid of this. And I'm gonna say, next, I'm gonna write a note to myself. Next up for, what day is gonna be Wednesday? It's gonna be April 2nd. we're going to say this way, or maybe that's not going to work. Let's go with, we need to add in the system prompt, add parameter to switch between different LLMs. We'll say Gemini for that for now. And we need to, so what we'll do is, we'll get it to, I'll put this as order of importance, right? So we're going to say, first thing we're going to do is get the display properly. So by getting the markdown to display properly, we'll have it created for one LLM, which is going to be OpenAI. Then we'll add in a system prompt to say like you are some type of technical person who's easy at breaking it down to people. We'll add the instructions, add in system prompt instructions, and then we'll add the parameter. So we'll implement different large language models so that you can easily switch the same way that we did with our content creation workflow. All right, so we'll probably have one or two more shows to work on this itself, but then we should be able to finish it up at that point, and then we can actually move to week 2, 2 months, 3 months into learning these large language models. But guess what? We have time because it is very, very important and imperative that we take the necessary amount of time to spend on this stuff, right? Because it's better for us to know it than to just run through the course and not know anything, but we have some stupid certificate from Udemy, right? But yeah, that's it. That is it for today. I'm going to go back to full screen to wrap up the show. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I just want to say one more time, shout out to Chris Parks. Shout out to Rod Brown. Rod Brown says to Chris Parks, it is tedious, but well, I swear. I really got to talk to these people. I'm gonna meet with them one-on-one to see what's going on with this. All right, Chris, Rod Brown says, it is tedious, but it is well worth it. That is 100% true.
Ain't believing us.
Keep it up, Chris Parks. Keep it up, Chris Parks. But shout out to Rod Brown. Shout out to Chris Parks. Shout out to Operation Tech Takeover. Shout out to Roxy. All of you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Remember, Candid Conversations at noon Eastern Time. I'm going to be talking about AI taking over your job. Yep, taking over your job. Let's see if that's really the case. Rod Brown says that lower third is giving, oh my God, I have expressed my frustrations. I'm going to be speaking with one of the developers to see what exactly is going on. They don't see anything on their end, but it has to be something because every single show, it just randomly pops up somehow. So, and somebody else said they had the same experience, so we'll figure it out, but whatever. Anyways, and it's not even a lower third. It's not even lower third. It's the comments. It's showing up the comments that's giving me hell. But anyways, see you guys at noon in the chat, and then we're going to be live tomorrow night for tech Q&A. You know how we do. You know how we do all that good stuff. I am back and at full capacity, so let's run it up. But with that being said, I am going to get up and out of here. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. We did amazing work today. Take care. Techo Trough is out.
Sun's up, early caffeine's a call. Ralph with tech news ready for all. Coding workouts getting us toned. By sunrise we'll be in the zone. Grab your Java, sip the brew. Headlines, tech tips just for you. Editing lines, making it tight. With every keystroke we see the light. Coffee and CAA, wake up the day. Stretch your mind in the geeky way. Mornings are better with our grind. Tech coach Ralph, you'll never lag behind. Push those reps in lines of code. Script the future fast and bold. From headlines deep to bites so bright, we're your guide to morning mics. Coffee and CAA, wake up the day. Stretch your mind in the geeky way. Mornings are better with our grind. Tech coach Ralph, you'll never lag behind. Coding flows, camaraderie grows. News unfolds and insight flows. Minute by minute, heartbeats pace. Come join us at the daily race. Coffee and CAA, wake up the day. Stretch your mind in the geeky way. Mornings are better with our grind. Tech coach Ralph, you'll never lag behind. Coffee and CAA, wake up the day. Stretch your mind in the geeky way. Mornings are better with our grind. Tech coach Ralph, you'll never lag behind. Mornings are better with our grind. Tech coach Ralph, you'll never lag behind. Mornings are better with our grind.